Good morning, dear students. We are studying about the joint stock company, and we have studied the features and merits of the joint stock company. And in today's class, we are going to study the limitations of the joint stock company. There are some drawbacks or limitations of the joint stock company. Now, let us discuss what are the limitations. Okay. So the first difficulty or limitation is called as the complexity information. Okay. So we have already studied it about in the features that the starting of a joint stock company is not an easy job. Okay. So the starting of a joint stock company is a very lengthy, very complicated, and very time-consuming as well as very costly procedure. Okay. A simple person may not be able to start a joint stock company. So if we have, there are so many rules and regulations, so many formalities, so many documentations are there, filing, and so many permissions we have to get. So it is not an easy job, and it may be taking a lot amount of time. So we have to get it registered, and then so much lengthy procedures have to be there, and we should have so much financial backup should be there, as well as there should be some political influence or support should be there. Then only a joint stock company can be started. Okay, so it is not a easy job. Okay, so like a sole proprietorship or a partnership firm can be easily started, but a joint stock company cannot start that much easily. So it is a very lengthy procedure is there. And another specialty or limitation of this one is that lack of secrecy. So the Companies Act specifies that the joint stock company has to reveal, or the company form of organization has to submit the information about the company, and the account related information has to be submitted to the registrar. So this information will be available to the general public also. Okay, anybody can find out the actual financial condition of a company, and all the details about the company can be understood. So all the information has to be given in public. So the company cannot keep the things in secret. All the things cannot be kept secret. So all whatever things happening, how much is the profit of the company, how much income will be there, how much revenue is there, all these type of things and has to be, and regarding the assets, financial balance, all the type of information has to be given to the public, because like a share, people are purchasing shares. If it is a public company, the people are purchasing shares, then they can come to know about what is the actual condition of the business, and if they know exactly all the information about that, then only people will be ready to invest money on it. So they cannot keep any secrets. Okay, so all the information regarding the accounting, financial related information has to be revealed. Okay, so this is another drawback of this one. And there is like an impersonal work environment. Okay, so the next problem or limitation that the company form of organization faces is that the impersonal work environment. So we know that, see, like if like a sole proprietorship is there, so he himself is the manager, he is the owner, and he is the one who is dealing with the customers. Everything, every activities is done by him. So there is a lot amount of personal relationship is there. Imagine that you are going to purchase some grocery items. So what you do is that in your village there may be a grocery shop, and there may be many grocery shop, but you will be going directly, particularly to a particular shop. Okay, so there is a reason why you are going there, because you are having a good relationship with that person. You know, so not the means you are getting the product in every shops, but the relationship between you and that shopkeeper, that is what makes you to go regularly to that particular shop. If you are going one day, you go to one shop, next day you will go to another shop. You know, so sometimes when you have created a good relationship with a shopkeeper, then you will be feeling like to regularly go to that particular shop, because you get familiar with that person. That person may be giving some discount, and he will be talking very much decently. All these type of things are part of the business. But these type of opportunities will not be there in the joint stock company, because first of all the size of the organization is very much big, and like customers and the producers may not have any direct contact. Okay, so like most of the product that we are purchasing is manufactured by some joint stock companies, but we don't know who has manufactured it or where it is manufactured. Most of the information about the product also we don't know, because all the things are written on the product, the company's address and the details where it is manufactured, all the things are there, but who has manufactured or from where it is coming, all the information we are not much familiar. Okay. Then another this one is that like within the organization itself, the managers and the board of directors or the managers and the owners are different. So like all the owners will not be the managers, and the managers may not be the part of the board owners. Okay, so all these people are different. So the employees are there. So there is no any direct connection with the owners or the managers or the employees and the customers and so on. So there is no any personal relationship, impersonal relationship. There is like a lack of personal relationship is there. Okay, so that is the another difficulty or the limitation that we have finding. The next one is called as the numerous regulations. There are a lot of restrictions and regulations are there. Okay, so there are a number of regulations or there are so many complications are there. As I told you, like the starting of the organization is a very lengthy procedure. In the same way, the government, there are so much amount of restrictions from the government is there, and the SEBI or registrar or different people has got control over the joint stock company, and a joint stock company simply cannot act according to the wish of, according to their likes. Okay, so there is a lot amount of procedures are there, lot amount of formalities are there that they have to complete. So they have to go under lot amount of regulations. So this will be lacking the freedom of the joint stock company. Okay, whereas a sole proprietorship or partnership firm has lot amount of freedom. They can do as they wish, whatever product they want to produce, and they can sell it. And if they don't want to continue, then they can stop, or that kind of so much amount of freedom they will enjoy. But this freedom is not available for the joint stock company. Okay, so they will be having restrictions, so much amount of restrictions from the government as well as from SEBI or from registrar or different government authorities. So much of restrictions are there, so they will not be enjoying that amount of freedom. Then next one is called as the delay in decision making. Okay, so as I told you, the management is separate from the owners. In a sole proprietorship, only one person is there, and he does not have to ask with anyone for taking any decision. So sudden decision making is possible. Very fast they can make the decision. But in case of joint stock company, it is not possible. Okay, so there are different levels of management, and the management is separate from the board of directors, and board of directors are separate from the owners. Okay, or like managers are separate from the board of directors, are part of the owners, but managers are not part of the board of directors. Okay, so if a lower level manager has to make a decision, then he has to get first, he has to request for the permission from the middle level manager. Then middle level manager has to ask the permission to the top level managers. Then top level managers has to get the permission from the board of directors. Then board of directors will give the permission. Then they will think about it. So lot amount of lengthy procedures are there. Okay, so the decision making will be, if any major decisions are to be there, then this will take a lot amount of time. Okay, so suddenly if any emergency situations are there, or any decisions which are to be taken very much faster, that may not be possible. Okay, so it will take a lot amount of time for making the decisions. Like if a lower level manager, if he has to communicate to the middle level manager, imagine that like if anything is to be taken place in our school, so first what you have to do is that you have to ask permission from your parents, and you have to ask permission to your class teacher, the subject teacher. So like science teacher is there. So science teacher, you want to anything is there, then you are asking some new rule is to be implemented, anything like that, then you have to ask to the science teacher. Then science teacher will this information will be passed to the class teacher. Then class teacher will discuss with father, and father will discuss with the manager, Then after that, the manager and the father will be discussing, and they will make a decision. Then that decision will be passed to the class teacher. Then class teacher will pass this information to the subject teacher. Then subject teacher will inform to the student. So this much lengthy procedure is there. And in a school situation, this thing may be taking place in a very short time. But this is not the situation in a company, because like there are different branches are there. There are different the company will be spread throughout the country. Okay, so like one branch, like imagine that if you are considering like SBI. SBI is a company, and if in a Haraya branch, if there is anything is happening, so if they have to ask the permission, then they have to ask the permission to like Basti. There will be an area manager will be there, so you have to ask the permission to the area manager. But area manager cannot make any decision, though he has to see like in Lucknow, within Lucknow, that much zonal manager will be there. Okay, and he has to ask permission to that manager, and the state level manager will be there, and the country level manager is there. All these people are there, so this information has to be passed from time to time. So it will be taking a very long procedures. Okay, so it is not that much easy to take a decision. Just imagine that see like there is an issue like the flights of the this time that the lockdown period has been cancelled. So the money that see like we had booked the tickets for the travel for going to Kerala and coming back, and those tickets have been cancelled, and the money is held by the flight authorities or the flight companies, and the government or the Supreme Court has issued information about the refunding the money. But these things are not see like so much of a long procedures are there. It is not possible that suddenly they will be able to give back the money, or these cases will be going on like that. Some after a few months are over now, then also anything is not there. Okay, so such a way there is a decision making is not that much easy in case of a company form of organization. But if it is a sole proprietorship, then or partnership, then they can suddenly make the decisions. Okay, so that is called delaying decision making. Then next one is called as the oligarchic management. Okay, so oligarchic management means that the managers, even though we say that the managers are appointed by the board of directors, and board of directors are selected from the shareholders, and we say that there is a democratic type of management system, but this is only in namesake we can say. Okay, so the board of directors are there. See, like if I am a shareholder of a company, if I am a shareholder of, if I purchase a share of a Reliance company, if I purchase some 10 shares, and if the Reliance company is conducting a board meeting, I will not be going to attend to the board meeting. You know, I am also a shareholder, but I am not going because the meeting may be held in Delhi or maybe in abroad, any place it will be held. And if I have to go and attend to the meeting and come back, then the money that I have invested in the shares, even more than that expense will be there. Okay, so all the shareholders are not going to participate in the meetings. So the decisions are made in the board meetings, and they conduct the board meetings once in a while, maybe once in a year or twice in a year they conduct the board meeting. And the members are all the shareholders. First of all, they will not be able to participate. Only the major shareholders, the shareholder who is having maybe like 1,000 shares or 1 lakh shares or even more than that. So such type of shareholders only will be participating in the meeting. So the decisions will be based on the their interest, and the small shareholders will be there. Their interests are not considered. Okay, and once the board of directors are selected, then they are becoming the supreme authority of the organization, and according to their will they can do. Okay, so most of the time what happens, actually they are supposed to follow the interest of the shareholders, but sometimes these members, the board of directors, after becoming the board of directors, they will try to act as the and make the decisions according to their will. Okay, so the rule by few, this kind of a system will be followed. Okay, so they will be making the decisions which is favorable for them. Okay, and they may not consider the interest of the shareholders. So such a way there is a oligarchic management may be happening. Then the last one is that the conflicts in the interest. conflicts in the interest in the sense that, see, like if a shareholder of an organization, if I am a shareholder, my interest is to get a more profit. So the company should make more profit and share the dividends. I should get a more dividends, more profit. That is my interest. And the managers and the employees of the organization, they are interested to get a more amount of salary. They want to get increase their salary. They should get a discount. They should get more money from the company. Okay. And the customers of the company, their interest is that they should get a good quality products in a low price. The price of the product should be low. Okay. So there are different point of views. See, like if the company wants to sell the product in a low price, then company cannot make much profit, as well as company cannot give high amount of salary. Okay. So if the company wants to make a higher rate of salary, then company should increase the price, as well as the company has to reduce the profit amount. Okay. So there are different people are there, and the company cannot satisfy the interest of all these people, all because all of them are in different if the customers wants to get the product in a low price, and the shareholders wants to get more profit. So if the products are sold in low price, then shareholders cannot get profit. And if we have to give more profit to the shareholder, then we have to increase the price. Okay. And between that, the employees are there. So even if we are selling the product in high price, and if we are giving high salary to the employees, then also profit of the shareholders will not be there. Okay, so we have to control the salary of the employees. So they should get we see to it that they are not means much amount of salary will not be paid. Okay, if we are giving very high salary, then that much amount of less profit will be there, or that much high price we have to increase. And it is not possible to increase the price of the product too much high, because there are almost similar products are available in the market, and if we are increasing the price of the product too much high, then what happens? The customers will shift from our product to another product. So there will be loss for the company. Then if the company is in loss, then we cannot give high salary to the employees, as well as we cannot give profit to the shareholders. So there is a conflict of interest, and the managers will find very much difficult to satisfy all these three people, all the type of interest of the people. Okay, so that is about the limitations of the joint stock company, and with that about the joint stock company so features or limitations are over. So you study this in detail. Thank you so much.